Well, it's been a little more than 24 hours since the defense attorneys withdrew from the Delphi murders case.
Still lots of questions on this Friday night about what led up to this moment and what this means for the case centered around the murders of Abby Williams and Libby German 6.5 years ago. Our Lauren Kostiuk's been working today to get some of those answers.
She joins us in studio with what she's learned.
Yeah, Scott, even the judge in this case said this was an unexpected turn of events for everyone involved. And so today I spoke with a local defense attorney, and she told me she was also surprised by what happened, saying in a way, it's like the case is now starting over.
The main suspect in the deaths of Abby Williams and Libby German is now without legal representation. Wednesday, attorney Andrew Baldwin withdrew his representation of Richard Allen, and attorney Bradley Rosie is expected to follow.
Earlier this afternoon, the defense attorneys have withdrawn their representation of Mr. Allen.
But just hours before, an attorney for Baldwin submitted a filing which seemed like Baldwin was fighting to stay. It comes after state police investigated a leak of evidence that allegedly came from Baldwin's office.
So very surprised by that turn of events.
Katie Jackson Lindsay is a defense attorney in Marion County. She said finding new attorneys for Allen will be a challenge.
And so this court is going to have to dig deep into the legal community to figure out, first and foremost, which attorneys would fit those qualifications, and then who would be willing to take on a case of this magnitude, and if they can fit that into their practice. And so it's quite an in-depth process, I think, to replace attorneys on this case.
Last month, the former defense team also laid out their strategy for the case in a 132-page document, including theories of Odinism, described as a pagan Norse religion overtaken by some white nationalists. But it's not clear if that defense will remain.
It's almost as if the case starts over, because they have to review every single piece of evidence that was reviewed by prior counsel just to see, where things are and what defenses are viable.
As for a January trial, that will likely be pushed back.
If you think of how long it took us to get to this point, I think you can add that exact amount of time in terms of guessing a trial date.
And Judge Gall did indicate that Allen's former attorneys will cooperate with the new defense attorneys. But Scott and Felicia, it's not clear how long that will take to hire new attorneys, but we do know there is a hearing set for October 31st, and that's when we're hoping to get a little more insight on a new trial date and new attorneys for Allen.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be very interesting to see what happens out of that October 31st hearing. Lauren, thanks so much.